In this episode, I'll be sharing 6 ways we can show appreciation for food. Gratitude Thursdays. Maria on the mic. Yo, yo. Gratitude galore. That is how we roll. Yo, yo, yo. Grateful for all, even when it's small. Yo, yo. Blessings some more. Gratitude in store. Yo. Gratitude galore. Welcome aboard. Yo. Welcome aboard. Hey, gratitude buddies. It's your girl Maria back with another episode. And if this is your first time here, welcome to our little family. This is the Gratitude Galore pod where we learn about gratitude and practical ways to apply it into our lives. The main focus of this episode is food gratitude, which is a concept that dates back to ancient Egypt. And it's basically appreciating the food that we have. And it goes beyond just appreciating the food. It's more of appreciating the people and the processes that make food possible. So today we'll be discussing 6 ways we can show appreciation for food. And you might want to tune in until the end, where I'll be sharing a gratitude activity we can engage in to increase our gratitude for food and to show appreciation for food. The first way we can show gratitude for our food is expressing appreciation before every meal. Before taking every meal, we can engage in a moment of appreciation and just feel grateful that we have the meal before us. And we can think about the people and processes that made the meal possible. We can think about the farmers, the harvesters, the processors, the grocery owners who stocked the food in the grocery stores, and the chef who made the food. We can think about all that and just appreciate them. We can also think about the broader context of food, like where food comes from. We can appreciate the rain for watering, the sun for making the plants grow, and the entire ecosystem for ensuring that there is food for everyone. And when engaging in this practice, we can either say a prayer or a mantra. We can just say few words of thanks, or we can maintain a gratitude journal where we write down what we are grateful for about food, either daily, weekly, or monthly. We just keep that record. And when we do this, we are saying, I'm grateful that I have this meal. I know I'm lucky to have this meal, to have this drink. And it increases the joy and the feeling of contentment, that we are content. And that also leads to more happiness, because when we are content with what we have, we'll be happier and we'll be more fulfilled in our lives. The second way we can show appreciation for our food is being mindful of what we eat. And being mindful of what we eat mainly entails being in the present moment, savoring every bite, not rushing with our food, taking it slow and enjoying the aromas, the tastes, and everything about our food. And when we are being mindful, we can also assess what's on our plate and then think, is this healthy? Is this unhealthy? Do I like it? Does it make me happy? And when we are minding what we are eating, we can also assess our environment and our surroundings. If we are in a restaurant, we assess, is this restaurant clean? Are the waiters courteous? Are they serving me well? Are they treating me well? Are they making me feel appreciated? If I'm having a meal with friends, I just assess, and do these people really make me happy? Do they contribute to my happiness, to my joy? And when we do this, we are actually thinking deep about our food, and we are not just appreciating the food itself, but the moments. And it will be, when we continue like this, we'll just have that appreciation for food. Will also enables us to show appreciation to the people around us and treat the people that make the food possible better. Another way we can show appreciation for our food is shopping for food locally. And this means buying our products, our our groceries from around us, from around the community, because what this does, it uplifts the local community, and it also helps us to connect with them and interact with them, to the point that we can even discuss deeper issues concerning food, where we ask them how they source their food, and the challenges they face, or the areas of improvement that they would like to see. When we discuss this with them, with the grocery store owners, with the grocery store attendants, we are cultivating that feeling of community, that feeling of community, and we are also learning more about our food, and which, when we learn more about it, when we know what we are consuming, when we know where it's coming from, it will be easier to appreciate it and to enjoy it, and to actually realize we are blessed to have food with us. Ultimately, this will guide our choices in food, because we will make more informed decisions that support the local community and that protect the environment in the long run. We can also show appreciation for our food by growing our own food if possible. And when I say growing our own food, someone might say, now I need 10 acres of land so that I can grow my food. No, that's not it. Growing our food is, we can it doesn't necessarily mean we need a large piece of land. We can start as small as possible. For example, we can start with a few pots in the balcony, where we plant some plants and some vegetables, and see how they perform. And some tips while planting our own food is, first, assessing the food that is conversant or that is relevant to our climate, to ensure that we are planting the foods that will survive, a food that will not end up drying because the climate and the food do not align. We should ensure that it's a food that thrives in our surrounding. We should also start small. We shouldn't pressure ourselves to begin with a big plot of land. As I've said, we can just start with a few pots in the balcony. And another tip is also be patient. Growing our own food, mastering this art takes time, it takes patience, and the only option you have is just being patient, trying with different crops that thrive in our environment, to just get the best breed, to learn the best ways to grow them. And while in the long run, when we continue with this, we'll progressively learn how to grow our own food and become professionals, to the point that we can even guide others. And the best place to get information concerning growing our own food is websites that talk about that, or YouTube videos that talk about that, or even we can enroll for gardening classes, where we go and learn about all what it takes to grow our food. When we grow our food, it makes us feel connected to our food, and we will also feel more appreciation, because imagine the joy of just harvesting, let's say, your first strawberries in your balcony. Don't you think it will just be joyful? It will be fulfilling, to the point that we just appreciate our food and we are grateful for our food. And the fifth way to show gratitude for our food is reduce food wastage. Now, food wastage is basically letting food go bad, food that could have been consumed, letting it rot or expire under our watch. And even though sometimes we can't control food going bad, we can reduce the chances by adopting some practices that will help us preserve food for longer. For example, we can preserve food accordingly in the freezer or in the refrigerator. We just follow the right instructions for storing food in the fridge to avoid it going bad. We can also use leftovers creatively, rather than throwing away leftovers and saying, this food has no value. These leftovers, they're just I really can't eat them, so I'll just throw them in the dustbin. We can change that by using them creatively, and what this does is it teaches us to appreciate food and to be mindful of how we consume our food. A tip that I have to reduce food wastage is planning our meals, and when going for either weekly or bi-weekly shopping, we ensure that we only buy the things that we are going to use, to avoid buying food that will end up spoiled, that will end up unconsumed, which shows ungratefulness. So when we reduce food wastage, we are actually appreciating the gift of food, and and it will lead to more fulfillment and more happiness. The sixth way we can show appreciation for food is donating to the local charity. And first, the steps for doing this is first finding a charity that accepts food donations, and then volunteering our time to go there and donate. We can also volunteer our time to distribute food to the homeless in the streets. And we can also take time to educate the people around us about the value of donating food, and the importance of being grateful for our food. And when we donate food, we are actually appreciating that I actually have so much that I can afford to give out. We are actually being grateful, and that generosity goes a long way in encouraging us to appreciate our food, because when we give, we are ultimately saying, I really need to support this person. So donating food to charity will help us to develop that sense of community and that sense of fulfillment, where we feel that we have helped someone in need of food with food. And ultimately this helps us to feel happier with ourselves, and to also show more appreciation for food, because the more we donate, the more we are saying, I appreciate food, I know the value of food, and that's why I'm donating what I have, because I have so much. God has blessed me with a lot. I can just share it with the people around me. And now that we know all the ways we can show appreciation for our food, it's time for the gratitude activity. And this activity is borrowed from the magic book. I've mentioned the book before. The activity is called the magic ingredient, and it consists of 4 steps. The first step is before having our meal, is taking a moment to say thanks for our food, to appreciate it. And then the second step is acting like you're sprinkling something over the food, like the way you would sprinkle salt, but you're just sprinkling nothing. But while sprinkling, try and imagine that it's a magic ingredient that will make the food better. Then take a mouthful. The third step is to take a mouthful and savor the flavors, the aromas. Just enjoy the food. Just appreciate it. Feel how it makes you feel. Like just acknowledge how it makes you feel. Just enjoy the food. And then the fourth step is basically repeating for every meal or drink you take. Repeating the 3 steps for every meal or drink you take. The goal of the activity is to just help us enjoy our food, to be mindful, to be in the present moment when consuming our food, so that we can learn to be more grateful for it, so that we can learn that it's actually a blessing to have food on our table, because there are many people without it, but the universe has seen it worthy for us to have it. So when we engage in this practice continuously, it will help us to develop that appreciation for food, and that being mindful while consuming our meals. So I hope you engage in the activity, and I hope it helps you to appreciate food more. And I'm so glad you could tune in until the end of the episode. And if you would like to read the blog version of this episode, it's attached in the description box and also in the comment section. Remember, buddies, if you have any comments or feedback, you can reach out to me on Instagram at gratitudegalopod. And I want to wish you a lovely week filled with love and gratitude. And until next week, gratitude buddies. Bye bye.